Welcome to the only daily podcast focusing on compliance news of the day. Each morning, start your day with a cup of coffee and Tom Fox, the voice of compliance, to hear about 4 of the top compliance, corruption, or leadership stories you will need to start your day. The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
First, a word from this month's sponsor, Politico.
In the delicate arena of compliance, every conversation matters. Traditional methods can leave callers feeling unheard, but Politico changes the game. Our empathetic interview technique reshapes compliance calls into powerful, compassionate interactions, ensuring no crucial detail is missed. It's about creating a conversation that matters, that resonates, that makes a difference. Be the change in your compliance approach. See the transformation for yourself at ethico.com/CPN. Book a demo, try our free ROI calculator, and explore the white paper by Tom Fox, The ROI of Compliance.
Daily Compliance News for August 14, 2024, the CCO Salary Edition. We begin with that story from the Wall Street Journal, which reports that CCO salaries have increased, but slowed amid corporate belt tightening and a murky economic outlook. In a survey by Baker Gilmore, the median salary for CCOs at public companies rose 7% to $419,000, while it climbed to $250,000 at nonprofits. Median CCO salary and bonus in private companies dropped from $173,000 down to 7 categories. The only rate of salary increase among finance chiefs over the same time was at industrial and manufacturing firms. Some good news on the salary front for CCO. From Politico, they asked the story, will Britain finally clean up the British Virgin Islands? Well known as a long-time money laundering haunt, the British government under the new Labour Party administration may actually work to clean it up. Of course, Tories would never clean up, given their own internal corruption, but perhaps we'll finally get some. Next up, from the Wall Street Journal, in response to its article from this weekend about Bank of America and how managers were forcing younger bankers and interns to work over 100 hours in violation of company policy, what did Bank of America do? They blamed the junior bankers for not properly recording their time. Just brilliant. So they actually say they're going to do something about it, but we'll see when you blame the junior bankers for doing what they're told by their managers. And our final story comes to us from Reuters, which reports that the great state of Texas has sued General Motors, accusing the automaker of installing technology to collect data about drivers, which it then sold to insurers and other companies without the driver's consent. The driving scores were compiled from alleged bad habits such as speeding, braking too fast, steering too sharply into turns, and not using seatbelts, and also driving at night. So GM was illegally collecting this data, and it was illegally selling this data. So if you're a GM car owner in the great state of Texas, maybe you'll get some relief, or maybe not.
As I mentioned at the start of this podcast, this month's sponsor for the entire Compliance Podcast Network is Politico. Have you ever wondered how to show the ROI of your compliance program? Have you struggled with the budgeting process, getting the funds you want for your compliance program? I've partnered with Politico to put together a white paper on the ROI of compliance, which shows you not only how to demonstrate ROI, but also how to speak finance when you're sitting across from the CFO with your budget proposals. Check out the website.
The Daily Compliance News is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network and a proud member of C-Suite Radio. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you'll join me again tomorrow.